Hi guys, Redneck Computer Geek here. So we went up to an auction today and picked up a few things. And this video is going to end up being about that generator that's right there that I got for 15 bucks. We'll see whether I bought a dead doornail or whether I bought something actually worth something. But Jesse ended up with this chain link fence door thing that apparently I have to go and build into the front of her chicken coop because the chicken coop's door to go into the pen is just, it needs to be replaced. So I ended up with a honey-do list there, and I'm going to flip the camera and we'll take a look at everything else we picked up today for about 180 bucks after tax and commission at the auction. So we'll flip this. So really we only needed one door for this chain link fence thing. But we ended up with both of them, and I'm sure we'll end up using them. And the chain link fencing we don't actually need. We'll probably figure out something. Jesse wants me to do the side of the chicken run with it, but I think that's a tad bit overkill. So I got these.
You be nice to the chickens. They need fresh.
Okay, so the chickens need... Yeah. What do the chickens need?
The fencing and the doors.
Oh, they need doors?
Yes.
You're honey-do listing me.
I know.
Okay. Love you.
And you're going to do it while I'm at work making money.
Oh, okay. Work making money. Alright, we're back. So, we got this set of tires here. And yes, I know, there is not much left on them at all. And that's not why I bought them. I bought them because the rims are still in really good condition. There's that set. And then there is a matching front set right here. So those I'll be able to go and use for projects and builds. I ended up with another set that, yet again, the tread is pretty much gone, but the rims are in good condition. So I can at least mock them up and be able to go and make the drill pattern for holes that I need and use them on projects. So how did I end up with this? By the way, if anybody wants these, I have no idea what they are. Otherwise, I'm going to make them into things for my cats to sleep in. But there's some sort of ginormous filter with filters still in them. If these are something that actually have value to somebody and you're in my area in Mid-Coast, Maine, you are welcome to these. Otherwise, I'm going to turn them into cat boxes or cat houses or... you know what I mean. John wanted this. He wanted this drawer toolbox thing because it's the right size for his toolbox that he has in his little mini garage. So that's why we ended up with these. They ended up in a bulk group with that and a box of stupid, useless, nobody needs it junk down there. But for 40 bucks, he ended up with what he wanted for drawers for inside his mini garage. And you'll see that later. This table saw that I'm betting is probably a waste of my time was also thrown in for free with these things. Nobody bidded on it. So I ended up with a toolbox and a bunch of stupid. So there we are. That's what we're at right now. I'm going to get things unloaded and we will take a look at that generator and see whether $15 was worth the gamble or not. Before we get to why it is I ended up with this is the box of junk that came with the toolbox that John wanted. And I was almost excited when I saw this because these 12-volt diaphragm pumps are really expensive, except for if you open the box, it's somebody's used junk. And look at this. This one you could get excited for. I mean, they sell for $91. Except for, I don't think it's supposed to be in like 7 pieces. And looks as if there's screws missing. So that is probably done for as well. But you never know. There might be one of these that actually works. I actually need one of these for my shop, but judging from the rust, I'm not holding many high hopes for this one. And so this one here is An All Trade. I have no idea where that brand came from. This one here is a Nobody Loves Me. And this one here is a Rockwell. So we'll take a look at those later, see if any of them actually work. And a bunch of gardening stupid stuff. And a pump that probably is a waste of my time. And if you end up with stuff like this, okay, if you throw this into a regular pile of scrap metal, it's like 6 cents a pound. But if you slice it off right here and you take this plate off the bottom and you separate this electric motor off, it's worth like 30 cents a pound separated out. It goes in with alternators and starters, electric motors and stuff like that. So slicing this and taking 2 out ends up making this worth like $1.50 or whatever in poundage versus 16 cents or so in poundage. So taking 5 seconds, it is what it is. But this is why I ended up with a pile of junk, is because John wanted this and it got packed in with what you saw before. So this right here pulls up and slides back. And as you can see, the bottom is in really good condition. It's not rusted out. Almost all the rust on it is all surface. So it's going to be easy to redo it. And what really sold it was this. When I pull this out, somebody still had the original pad in it. So if I lift this up and we look underneath, it's perfect. There's not a scratch in it. And this one also had the pad in it, but it flew out while we were driving home. So the top is a little bit rusty, but like I said, it's all surface rust, easy to take care of. This lived with some sort of tools in it that nobody needed very often or something. It was well taken care of. Was it worth $40 and ending up with some stuff that I might have to go and figure out a way to get rid of? Yes. Because with this came the little table saw. It actually works. And it came with a little shop vac, and the shop vac actually works. Both of those easily worth the $40 I spent for John to have his own toolbox. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing finally. So we got a Predator 4000. It most definitely has seen plenty of action without any issue. And, I mean, to put it in perspective, that is cracking out. Just about anything that's rubber on it is cracking out and scraped up and everything. It does have some gas in it, and the gas doesn't look overly turpentine. It does smell turpentine-ish, so I'm going to bet that probably somebody ran some gas into it at the end of its life, and we'll see whether it actually does anything. So we've got that in the on position. We're going to go and crank it over and see what happens. Let me throw you in the camera stand. Now, over the years, I've seen a lot of argument and discussion about whether these Predators that are in the generators are tapered shaft or whether they are straight shaft into these generator units. So we'll make sure we're in the on position, and it says choke start is that direction. That's in the on position, and let's give it a pull just as it came off the truck. it'll run some smaller power tools, but it definitely doesn't have the crank to be able to go and run the welder on these. I'm going to get an adapter and see if it'll run my welder on that, because it would help out a lot around here. But yeah, I'd say that was worth $15. What do you guys think? I'll post up a picture of this, and you guys can throw down on the community tab what your best auction purchase was. I'd love to hear the stories. Have fun, guys.